So far in the discussion, we have advanced ourselves in the phase rule discussion regarding the two component system. We have discussed the two component system which are unreacted one. One as the potassium iodide and water, another as the bismuth cadmium as an example. In your lower class you have read about the lead and silver, so that is why I am not going to discuss that part. Read at your own from the lower classes, but it is again being discussed in the BSc. But let us have a view of it. It is the reactive system, chemically reactive system, where the two components they react to form a compound, and that compound is having the congruent melting point. The best example is magnesium metal reacts with the zinc to form MgZn2 as an compound during the mixing or melting. And how we can discuss the phase diagram of this, let us have a view of that. So it is in front of you. Prior to discussing prior to answering the question, you must have a clear picture of the phase diagram and the melting point, corresponding melting points. Otherwise, you will not be able to interpret. So for the examination purpose, it is the first step that keep a picture of that phase diagram in your mind. Okay? Then explanation, it is easier once you know the picture of that phase diagram. So I started from the one side here, and here you are looking at the point K. So this is the point K. So K being the melting point of the zinc. So pure zinc melts at the 420 degrees Celsius. Here at this side, point O, it is the melting point of the magnesium, that is the 650 degrees Celsius. When you are going to mix them, then you are having formation of a compound as well as some eutectic points. Here are two eutectic points. One is point the N, and another point, it is the L point, that is the eutectic point. So this point is again the eutectic point. You start it from the point K. K is the melting point of the pure zinc. As the addition of magnesium takes place, so by the successive addition of magnesium, the melting point of the zinc falls up to the 380 degrees Celsius. So that is the first eutectic point. How many phases are here? That we will discuss later on. Then after point L, a compound MgZn2 that makes its appearance. So that is why in the second heap, which is on the second curve here I have written melt plus MgZn2. So separation of magnesium di-zinc, you can say, that continues up to the point M. Now how to interpret this? ये जो नीचे वाला पोर्शन है, कर्व के नीचे वाला पोर्शन, इसमें MgZn2 प्रेसिपिटेट हो चुका है. जो ऊपर वाला पोर्शन है, इससे बाहर वाला पोर्शन, उसमें MgZn2 डिसॉल्व हो जाएगा. So this line separates when it will dissolve in the molten material and when it will separate out from the molten material. So if you decrease the temperature, then MgZn2 corresponding to these compositions which are much more here, in composition से आगे है ये composition, तो according to this composition MgZn2 either it is soluble or it continue to separate out from the solution. Low temperature it separates out, high temperature it dissolve, but composition after dissolving it will change. But as we reach at the point M, then point M represents the congruent melting point. Here, whatever the composition of solid state MgZn2 is there, same composition will be present in the liquid state. So let us come back from this toward this side. If I come back toward this side along this line, then composition will vary. It is only point M where the composition in the liquid state and in the solid state that matches out. That will match. So here number of component in the system, they become 1, which MgZn2 solid, MgZn2 liquid, no another component. We started with the magnesium as one component, zinc as the another component. Prior to point M, it is two component system, MgZn, they mix out, they give the eutectic point. After that, separation of MgZn2 is there, but at point M, whatever is present in the solid state, that will be present in the liquid state. So at point M, when you will freeze the mixture, you will get MgZn2. When you will liquefy it by heating, it will be again changing into MgZn2. Only single phase is there. After that, if you go on adding the magnesium, because we are moving toward this side, it means we are moving toward the magnesium line. So magnesium will continuously increase in the system. So as we go on adding magnesium to that material, then what will happen? MgZn2 will separate out. What melting point of MgZn2 will lower and lower and lower until unless it is reducing to 347 degrees Celsius. So both way discussion can be done. This is fall of the melting point of MgZn2 along this line by the addition of magnesium. If you move toward this side, then it is fall of the melting point of MgZn2 by the addition of zinc. Because when you move toward this side, it is addition of zinc. When you move toward that side, it is addition of magnesium. So it means the melting point of that compound MgZn2, it will go on lowering and lowering until unless it is reaching to the point N, where the eutectic point is there. The melting point is 347 degrees Celsius. That eutectic point corresponds to the mixture of MgZn2 and magnesium. जो ये प्लेस है, इस प्लेस पे N पे कौन कौन से कंपोनेंट हैं? MgZn2 है, मैग्नीशियम है और मेल्ट मींस मोल्टन मटेरियल है. और जो पीछे वाला प्लेस है कौन सा? L पॉइंट. इस पॉइंट पे जिंक, MgZn2 एंड मेल्ट. So different component, they are in equilibrium with each other. Further, as we move from point N toward the point O here, then we can say it is successive decrease in the melting point of the magnesium by the addition of zinc. इसको मैं उल्टे तरीके से डिस्कस कर रहा हूं. मैग्नीशियम का मेल्टिंग पॉइंट 650 है. जैसे जैसे आप इसमें जो है वो MgZn2 ऐड करते जाएंगे तो क्या होगा? या जिंक की एडिशन होती जाएगी तो MgZn2 बनता जाएगा. उससे तो मेल्टिंग पॉइंट जो है वो किसका? मैग्नीशियम का कम होता जाएगा अप टू द पॉइंट 347 डिग्री सेल्सियस. सो द phase diagram, it can be discussed either way, either starting from the one point or from the another point. Let us have a discussion of the some major points here, how we can discuss the degrees of freedom in their calculation. So when we start from the point K, आधा ही मैंने ये शो किया है, आधा इसमें फिगर डायग्राम शो नहीं किया है. So that is the zinc line here. That line correspond to the Zn. So it means zinc is maximum. So pure zinc is having the melting point 420 degree Celsius. Along the line KL, it is melt that is in equilibrium with the zinc solid, because zinc will separate out. It is melt and zinc. So the degrees of freedom will be 1. It is C minus P. Component 2, phase is 2. One as the melt, another as the solid zinc. So it becomes the monovariant part. What is regarding the eutectic point L? At eutectic point L, it is the molten material that is above, zinc is also there because that is this side, and MgZn2 is also there, that is that side. It is MgZn2, that is the part zinc. So three phases are in equilibrium, so that degrees of freedom becomes 0. It means it is non-variant part. It is non-variant part. Let us move further at point M. So M is the point which is the congruent melting point. At M, molten MgZn2 is in equilibrium with solid MgZn2. Only one component left, because at this very much concentration of the magnesium and zinc, both are reacting to give a compound that is MgZn2. So that is present in the liquid state, that is present in the solid state. So F, it will be equal to 1 minus 2 plus 1, that is equal to 0. So it means the congruent melting point will be a non-variant part. If you will change any of the factor, temperature or composition, then that is going to vanish. So that is having the, it is just like the eutectic point. जैसा कि eutectic point है, लेकिन eutectic point पे क्या है, 3-4 कंपोनेंट जो है वो क्या है, आपस में इक्विलिब्रियम में है, जबकि पॉइंट M पे एक ही कंपोनेंट बचा और वो कंपोनेंट है MgZn2. Let us further discuss the diagram here. So that is the next half of this chemically reactive system MgZn2. So that is fall of the melting point of MgZn2 by the addition of the magnesium, and it falls up to the point N. So line MN, M to N, it is MgZn2, it is in equilibrium with the melt. So degrees of freedom calculated, 2 minus 2 plus 1, that will be 1. It is monovariant system. It is monovariant system. When you come across the point N, it is MgZn2, it is in equilibrium with the melt, it is in equilibrium with the magnesium. So this side it is MgZn2, that side it is magnesium, that side it is melt, and below these material are in the solid state, it is Mg and MgZn2. जो पीछे वाला केस था वहां जिंक और MgZn2 होंगे, लेकिन इस साइड मैग्नीशियम और MgZn2 जो वो सॉलिड स्टेट में होंगे. कहां, 347 डिग्री सेल्सियस से नीचे वाले जो जितना भी एरिया है उस एरिया में. सो दिस फेज डायग्राम एक्चुअली इट इज ए कंपोजिट ऑफ द टू डायग्राम्स. मैग्नीशियम और जिंक का नहीं है ये. मैग्नीशियम और जिंक को अगर आप स्प्लिट करते हो तो बीच में एक कंपोनेंट बन गया MgZn2. तो पहला फेज डायग्राम आएगा, वो आएगा जिंक और MgZn2 के बीच में. दूसरा फेज डायग्राम आएगा दैट इज बिटवीन द MgZn2 एंड द मैग्नीशियम. सो दिस इज ए कंपोजिट और मिक्सचर ऑफ द टू phase diagrams. So that is the discussion regarding the chemically reactive system. In your book, in which book? There are so many books, but you can consult the Puri Sharma and Pathani. I have already assigned that book to you. तो उस बुक में जो है वो और भी सिस्टम जो केमिकली रिएक्टिव सिस्टम जो वो डिस्कस किए हैं, केमिकली अनरिएक्टिव सिस्टम डिस्कस किए हैं. सो यू कैन डिस्कस ऑल देम. इट इज वेरी इजी डिस्कशन. But once you have having the picture of that phase diagram in your mind, it is a very easy discussion of the phase rule is there. Let us further have a simple discussion, not going into detail. That is the phase diagram of ferric chloride and water. Means how ferric chloride it dissolve in the water and how it behaves. तो डायग्राम मैंने पहले कहा कि डायग्राम याद होना चाहिए, बाकी सिस्टम आप जो वो आसानी से डिस्कस कर सकते हैं. यहां कुछ एक पॉइंट डिस्कस मैं करूंगा आपके साथ. आई स्टार्ट द फेज डायग्राम फ्रॉम द पॉइंट ए, दैट इज द पॉइंट ए. सी हियर देर इज सेपरेशन ऑफ Fe2Cl6 12H2O. देर इज सेपरेशन ऑफ Fe2Cl6 7H2O, Fe2Cl6 5H2O. ferric chloride 4H2O and anhydrous ferric chloride. It means 4 hydrate of the ferric chloride separates out when you dissolve ferric chloride in the water. How and when they are separating out, let us see here. बॉटम लाइन अगर आप चेक करते हो तो फेरिक क्लोराइड की एडिशन कितनी हुई है, 0 से लेके केवल 30% तक लास्ट. इट इज शोइंग ओनली 30%. वाटर इट इज मैक्सिमम, इट इज 100 to 70% water is there, but the composition of ferric chloride that is very very less. It is 30%. Only very less amount of ferric chloride it is being soluble in the water. Let us see how we can discuss and how we can name the different points here. So A here represent 0 degree, that means it is water, and that side correspond to the ferric chloride. That part corresponds to the ferric chloride. Since upper side water, lower side it is solid ferric chloride, so nowhere the melting point are there except 0 degree Celsius. एक ही साइड मेल्टिंग पॉइंट की बात हो रही है जहां पर 0 डिग्री सेल्सियस लिखा हुआ है. इस साइड जो है ऊपर सॉल्यूशन है, नीचे सॉलिड है. सॉल्यूशन किस में, वाटर में. तो वाटर और सॉलिड, इसका मतलब प्रेसिपिटेशन की बात कर रहा है, ना कि वो मेल्टिंग पॉइंट की बात कर रहा है. किसका, फेरिक क्लोराइड की. तो मेल्टिंग पॉइंट स्टार्टिंग में दे रखा उसने 0 डिग्री सेल्सियस, आगे मेल्टिंग पॉइंट जो वो डिस्कस नहीं किया है. सो सी हियर, एज यू विल एड फेरिक क्लोराइड to the water, what will happen? Its melting point is going to decrease, and it decreases up to the minus 55 degrees Celsius. minus 55 degree Celsius. इससे नीचे वाले पोर्शन में आते हो यहां पर, which portion? This portion. Then in this portion ice separates out. So separation of ice is there. And above side, if you increase the temperature, then that is going to dissolve in the solution. ऊपर क्या है, unsaturated solution है. क्या ऊपर, अनसेचुरेटेड सोल्यूशन. अबव द लाइन ए बी जो अनसेचुरेटेड सोल्यूशन है, इससे नीचे जो वो क्या है, आइस है. टेम्परेचर इंक्रीज करोगे, आइस मेल्ट हो जाएगी, वो सोल्यूशन में जो वो पास हो जाएगी. एज यू रीच टू द पॉइंट बी, दैट इज द पॉइंट बी. पॉइंट बी पे जो ये 12H2O सेपरेट हो जाएगा, फेरिक क्लोराइड 12H2O. नाउ सी हियर, इट इज द लाइन इज मूविंग फ्रॉम पॉइंट बी टू सी. अब ये लाइन कैसे डिस्कस कर सकते हैं इसको, अगर ऊपर इसके यहां डिस्कस करना है इस पॉइंट पे, तो इस पॉइंट पे जो वो सोल्यूशन है, नीचे वाले पॉइंट पे क्या है, Fe2Cl612H2O है. इसका मतलब कि अगर टेम्परेचर को इंक्रीज करोगे, लाइन इज मूविंग टुवर्ड द अपर साइड, तो फेरिक क्लोराइड 12H2O पानी में डिसॉल्व हो जाएगा, सोल्यूशन में डिसॉल्व. But as you will decrease the temperature, it will separate out, and it continues to separate out. The marginal line it is given along this line. अगर इस लाइन से टेम्परेचर जो ऊपर और इसके हिसाब से कंपोजिशन वेरी करती है, तो इससे ऊपर ऊपर अनसेचुरेशन डिसॉल्व है, और इससे नीचे नीचे क्या है, सेपरेशन है. अप टू द सी पॉइंट इट कंटिन्यू टू सेपरेट. पॉइंट सी तक जो वो सेपरेशन जो इसकी कंटिन्यू आ गई. पॉइंट सी पे कंपोजिशन जो है वो सिमिलर होगी. किस टाइप, जो सोल्यूशन में कंपोजिशन होगी वही कंपोजिशन जो है वो सॉलिड स्टेट में. मींस सोल्यूशन में भी कंपोजिशन फेरिक क्लोराइड 12H2O, और जो नीचे प्रेसिपिटेट हो रहा है दैट इज हैविंग द सेम कंपोजिशन, इट इज फेरिक क्लोराइड 12H2O. सो दैट इज नॉट ए congruent melting point. That is a congruent precipitation point, you can say. Not named in your book, but you can say congruent precipitation point, because whatever the composition it is in the solution is there, same composition is present in the solid state. So that is separating out from the same composition. When we pass from the point C to D, its separation of the ferric chloride 12H2O continue to separate out up to the point D. So that is the point D. D point तक इसकी सेपरेशन जो वो कंटिन्यू रहेगी. At point D, ferric chloride 12H2O की सेपरेशन क्लोज हो जाएगी. It is the ferric chloride 7H2O that makes its appearance. तो फेरिक क्लोराइड हेप्टाहाइड्रेट जो है वो यहां पर सेपरेट होना, आउट होना स्टार्ट हो जाएगा. तो जो ये C वाला पोर्शन है, स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम B टू द C एंड देन D, इट इज द फेरिक क्लोराइड 12H2O। कौन सा पोर्शन आएगा ये? फेरिक क्लोराइड 12H2O। उससे नेक्स्ट पोर्शन जो है D, E और F पॉइंट तक, सो दैट पॉइंट इज E, दैट पॉइंट इज F पॉइंट। तो D, E, F तक जो वो फेरिक क्लोराइड हेप्टाहाइड्रेट की इसी तरह से डिस्कशन आएगी। कैसे? जैसे जैसे आप एक्सेस फेरिक क्लोराइड डालते जाओगे एंड स्लाइटली यू आर इंक्रीजिंग द टेम्परेचर, हियर यू हैव मोर इंक्रीज द टेम्परेचर फ्रॉम वेयर, फ्रॉम -55 डिग्री सेल्सियस, कहां तक? 30 डिग्री लाइन से भी अब आप जो उसको टेम्परेचर को इंक्रीज कर रहे हो। वट आफ्टर दैट you are increasing temperature up to 32 or 33 degree Celsius. Up to that, the ferric chloride continue to separate out from the system. If temperature is less, it continue to pass in the system or in the unsaturated solution until unless it is reaching to the point E. E point जो है वो फिर congruent precipitation point आएगा, whatever is the composition of ferric chloride and water is there in the aqueous phase, same composition is present in the solid state there. So that is again the congruent precipitation point, that point is E. It continue to separate out until unless we are reaching down to the point F. So why the successive additions? Because as you move toward this side, you are going to add ferric chloride. As you move toward this side, you are going to add water. So that is very simple discussions, not so much complicated. Then after point F, when you reach to the point F, then ferric chloride heptahydrate की separation बंद हो जाएगी and it is ferric chloride pentahydrate that makes its appearance. It continue to makes its appearance up to the point G. इससे नीचे नीचे लाइन में जो सॉलिड स्टेट में आएगा येलो पोर्शन में, और व्हाइटेस्ट पोर्शन में जो है ये सोल्यूशन में पास हो जाएगा। हाउ इट इज पासिंग थ्रू द सोल्यूशन? यू हीट इट। सो वाई हीटिंग? इट पासिस इनटू सोल्यूशन। वाई कूलिंग दैट टेम्परेचर? तो ये बाउंड्री लाइन है कि इस लाइन से ऊपर अगर आप इसको हीट करते हो उस कंपोजिशन को, दैट मेक्स ए सोल्यूशन। उस लाइन से नीचे कूल करते हो, दैट मीन्स इट इज द precipitation of that component. It continue to separate out up to the point Z. तो G पॉइंट तक उसकी सेपरेशन होती रहेगी। Z पॉइंट पे जो कंपोजिशन एक्वस फेज में होगी वही कंपोजिशन किस में आएगी? सॉलिड फेज में आएगी। तो फेरिक क्लोराइड इज टू 5 मॉलिक्यूल ऑफ वाटर दैट आर प्रेजेंट इन द बिच, that are present at point Z. Same they are present below the point Z in the yellow portion. Separation of